Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros. My guy Nez Takes is back. Appreciate everyone being here, man. Appreciate some love in the chat already there. This is peak Stream Wars season. No wars, all in good fun because there are a lot of talented people in this space, in this industry. But I saw when we hopped on here that Pete was still live. JJ was live. Davis was live. Liam was live. I'm sure ETR and Leg Up had some stuff going on. I mean, so if you guys are here hanging out with us or you're here after the fact, just know that we appreciate you. There are a million talented people in this space right now. But without further ado, we got a couple notes, a little housekeeping off the top here. Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Your slow clocks are going to turn to 4 hours. So just be mindful when you're registering new stuff or when you know you got 100 of them going right now. It's going to get chaotic right there. If you're not playing on Underdog Fantasy, promo code MLB at sign up. We got a brand new deposit match bonus for you. You can get 1K in there now. So if you deposit 2K, you get a 50% match deposit up to 1K now. Largest deposit match bonus they've ever done. That's more than a Puppy Max entry on the house. And then some scheduling notes for us this week. The list, we have promised, we are teased. The list is not ready. Between the wedding, between vacation, the hashtag list is not ready. So the hashtag list has been moved August 27th, Tuesday. No matter what, I promise. So tomorrow is going to be a full show behind the paywall, but then off and on the clock on Wednesday. And then Thursday, the good people at Underdog, New Me Too in particular, we got the Badge Bros Brawl coming your way on Thursday there. So paywall tomorrow, off and on the clock Wednesday, and then Badge Bros Brawl coming your way, drafted on the stream on Thursday. But without further ado, my guy back from vacay, but I don't even think he took a vacay. And he's muted as hell. He forgot how to do.
Sorry, I was snoring asleep, waiting for my turn to come on my show.
That might be the longest intro of all time, to be honest.
Hi, yeah, no, I'm back. I was vacation for me was just a new place to jam my slow drafts. So I was in Ocean City, Maryland with the fam. It was a very good time. Yeah, but on the clock just relentlessly. The beach is definitely not the best place to be catching up on slows. There was a lot of vibe based picks there, but no, it was a lot of fun, man. I'm glad to see the folks, and I'm ready to get back into these fast draft streets. And I mean, dude, these lobbies are crazy right now, and I mean, markets are just moving like we just have so much to talk about.
We do. We'll start with the baseball slate today. We'll walk through that one, kind of do it in half an hour, 40 minutes, kind of like that. And then we will hop into the NFL streets. I guess, there's a bunch of stuff that we haven't talked about together from like last week and stuff, like, some backfield movement, some wide receivers at the front end of draft boards there, the impact of potentially Sam Darnold and all that sort of stuff. So we'll get to all that. But Nez, I got a question for you, man. Like, I know you're slow drafting it up on the beach and stuff like that. Were you hiding in the shade, dude? Because somehow I'm more burnt than a guy who was at Beach City. I don't know how this happened.
Oh, dude, I do not mess around with the sun. I am SPF 1 million all over my pasty skin.
Dude, somehow not surprising. The triple condom Nez is also SPF 85.
I do not mess with melanoma. I don't mess with sunburn. There is simply nothing worse than being sunburnt and taking a shower. It's pain. I don't do it. I play the long game. If I'm gonna get a tan, it's because it's a slow burn. I'm in the slow cooker of the sun and hiding underneath umbrellas with tons of sunscreen.
Oh man, I respect it. I respect it that you don't mess with it, man. You're playing the long game with the sun here.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
But yeah, what do you got?
Piper, GM. I just passed a kidney stone during a live big dog with Davis Maddox.
Wow, that is commitment to the grind right there. Only best ball Viper could do that.
Oh, buddy, how dehydrated.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I, you guys need to use sunscreen in the chat, by the way. Like, it's good. It's good for the skin. Please use sunscreen. Save yourself some aging, please.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's mixed reviews from Big Sunscreen these days. There's mixed reviews out there. There's a counterculture movement against sunscreen. Like our parents' generation and stuff like that, they were obsessed with just lathering us up to make sure we didn't get burnt, right? And now I think the pendulum is like swinging the other way too. That people are going crazy, like, no, man, I can only use organic stuff and I can't use deodorant and all this sort of stuff. There's like a new movement on the other side of it too.
Nuts, man. People are crazy. They'd rather like, yeah, not to
Oh man.
not to get controversial. People are insane.
People are insane. Yeah, actually, I'm not actually this burnt. I just don't know what's up with the lighting in here. Like, I'm really not even that burnt.
Well, I didn't get to tell you congrats on the wedding in person.
Oh,
so
thank you, man. Thank you.
Congrats. I gave you lots of praise behind closed doors, but yeah, how has that been? What's it like? Is it just brand new for you? Isn't it just like and just your life just completely changed?
It's changed in so many ways, Nez. It's unfathomable. No, my life is the exact effing same, except for we had a really fun big party. So that was great. Yeah.
Yep, that's all it is.
Yeah, and now we got way too much leftover beer, so I'm just like trying to give it away.
Damn, that's a bummer, dude.
Yeah, what a terrible problem to have. Well, actually, we just booked. I'm gonna do a cabin weekend again this weekend because I was like, dude, there's just too much beer. Like, I just need some boys to drink this with it, so I don't have it all myself here.
Yeah.
Davis, appreciate you coming by with a thumbnail donation. Didn't even see the content, just saw the thumbnail and knew he had to contribute to the cause. Appreciate you there. And then some shout outs, man, in the chat here. I saw our guy Bryant 24 who's a member, doing well in the baseball streets last night. I saw Brad, BRDMC Evergreen, take down a slate this weekend at some point there. And then Miller Time. I saw Miller Time always saying he doesn't know ball in the Discord, and then comes out and wins a slate. I guess that was Friday or Saturday. One of
Miller
the two
Time?
there. Yeah.
Yesterday.
So big shouts. Yesterday. Perfect. There you go. Yeah. So big shouts to him there. Like, yeah, that's awesome to see the community selling out over the weekend.
Yeah, man. Miller Time's always in there. Like, he's the best. He's got like one or two lineups, and he'll let you know which one it is. And like, it's always like, man, like need this one, and he's trying to double up, whatever. No judgment, no shade. But then he finally gets a first place lineup, and he's like, dude, I've got heart palpitations. Is this normal? Like, what's going on? Like, I love it for him, man. No, it couldn't have happened to a better dude.
That I love that so much because it just we've talked about it so much that like it really affirms and solidifies that you can win with minimal lineups on this site. Like 100%. You don't have to be a 150 bro. It might take, half a calendar year to get there, and it might take 100 entries spread out over the entirety of the season. But if you're doing it in a logical fashion, you pick some good plays that you like, and then you scroll the F down for some players within it, you're going to be able to create a unique and intelligent lineup. And yeah, here, as Brad's saying in the chat, one entry, silver bullet last night. I mean, that's so epic. Love that so much.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, we're creating Sicko. Now he got that one heart palpitation, and now he's like, oh wait, I can have this every night. Oh man, so good. Nez, anything else you want to say just about life or anything like that before we go full dive into the slate?
No, man. Let's just get right into it. I'm excited to chop it up.
Okay.
In regards to the baseball slate.
All right, let's start it off with a bang here because we put Adley Rutschman on the cover. Adley, a little bit of scuffling in recent memory. He's moved down from the 2-hole where he was routinely in all season long, and now he's kind of hitting in the 5-hole there. But today's interesting because they'll be facing a lefty, and that team is primarily left-handed dominant, so we might not see Cowser. We might not see Jackson Holiday. We'll see what happens with that lineup, but there's definitely room for Adley to move up to his 2-hole there. And just tell me about what Adley's been doing there versus left-handed pitching and why we're going to kick this show off with a little pick'em involving him.
Yeah, I just don't think he gets enough love as a hashtag lefty killer. I mean, Adley just, if you're a batting average enjoyer, 360 average on the season versus left-handed hitting. He's always hit left-handed hitting better than right-handed hitting. But this season, it's just extremely stark, like really struggling from the left side of the plate. But from the right side of the plate, he's got a 177 WRC plus. It's just and a 206 ISO, 980 OPS. He just does not get the credit of being a lefty killer that he deserves. And I mean, like you see right here, it just got, grayed out for whatever reason.
Ooh,
But
let's see. I'll give it a
five
refresh.
5x on the home run. I know he's playing in City Field, but I think that's worth a sprinkle. And I'm definitely into Adley Rutschman today, primarily on one-offs, because I don't think that they're a great stack today.
It's already coming down, dude. It's already coming down. We got to get this in.
Gotta hurry.
They're on to us.
So, yeah, I don't think that the Mets are a fantastic stack today against David Peterson personally, but I think Adley makes for a really smart one-off because his ADP is not one that is going to be taken for one-offs. He's ADP like 24, 25. Guys that are down there in ADP are almost always stacked. You need to be like 18 plus or 18 or higher, you know what I mean? To be like a true one-off candidate. But I think a one-off Adley Rutschman could be some strong leverage today.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like all your reasoning. It's very funny that both Adley and Cal Raleigh were renowned for being better from the left side as switch hitting catchers. And then this year, for whatever reason, the right side is catching up for both of them and kind of evening out their splits. It's weird that that's happening with two young, switch hitting catchers right now.
Yeah.
Just, pure coincidence, but just interesting. I'm looking for Seager's home run.
It's pretty.
That's not worth touching. The other one I was looking for was strikeouts for Kikuchi. I like Yusei's strikeouts. Let's see where we're at on that one. 7.5 seems kind of high to chase. The other one that's going to make people puke here. Not Doyle, Boyle. I like Joe Boyle today. I like the strikeouts a little bit. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my Adley in there, and I'm gonna do it alongside Joe Boyle. You don't have to follow me down this rabbit hole if you guys aren't as confident in Boyle as I am. He's more of a redacted play than our site play today, just because of the salary and whatnot. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop that one in the chat there for you guys. I think pick your favorite second to add to this. But I think the Adley price tag, tough ballpark. We're talking about a 5Xer here. I mean, this is not by any means a guarantee kind of deal here, but relative to price point, relative to the spot, relative to the fact that he might be hitting a little bit higher in the lineup and not getting enough respect for him as a right-handed hitter, feels like a good one to take some shots on.
Yep, for sure.
Cool. All right, let's do where we always do. Nez, we'll start with weather. Looks like absolutely no current concerns today. The only potential spot is involving Adley in that game, but it's literally late start at worst. Interesting slate, just in general. Pitching feels very strong to me, and there's no jump off the board. There's no jump off the board hitting spots for me right now. It just feels like even the gross pitchers to me feel like they're in palatable spots. And it's just kind of the Royals might be a chalky stack, but nobody's stacking them. It's basically only Bobby Witt. And then it feels like outfield is very, very thin because there's Shohei at the top of the board. There's Yordan kind of a bit down from that. And then there's tough matchup, Tyler O'Neill, but at least he's going against a lefty. And then that's kind of it, man. It's a very wide open, get to whoever you want, flat exposure day for me.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think, and you really gotta parse through these matchups, in my opinion, before you enter drafts. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, but I wonder if slates like this that are really ambiguous on paper are the ones to maybe incorporate more onslaughts, where if you do have somebody that does kind of pop off and it's random, while all these other games are just kind of middling that it can like really put you in an advantageous spot. I'm not sure, but I think with 150 maxing, it can't really hurt to find out. So if you are doing 150, so I might
Yeah.
experiment with a few more 4 and 5s today. But
Okay.
yeah, I think the one thing that kind of jumped off the page to me was like outfield is really ambiguous
Mhm.
or just bad,
Yeah.
plainly. And Jordan, it's like people are bored of Jordan because he hasn't broken a slate. Uh,
Mhm.
he was like ADP 18 last night. Now he's outfield 3, but still ADP 15. He should be a first rounder,
I
given
agree
how
with you.
bad outfield is today.
Yeah, I think there's two players that I instantly looked at and was like, they should be first rounders, and I took them in both of my first two drafts. They're Jordan is one and Seager is the other. They both look like they're in amazing spots today. I mean, Tanner Houck is not the best spot in the world for Jordan, but like it does feel good. I think there's a little bit of FUD because he sat yesterday to make sure that he is in the lineup today and there wasn't actually something wrong with him. And it was like a little bit of a rest day. And maybe that's baked into the price tag, but I'll be taking him over Tyler O'Neill all day today.
Yep. Yeah. It just makes so much sense. O'Neill's still a good play, but yeah, Jordan, I mean, I think like have you looked at Jordan's numbers lately? I don't think people realize that like just like despite the fact that he's kind of having a quote unquote down year and maybe the Astros aren't a whole, like do you know what his WRC plus is?
No, but I would venture to guess it's,
Obviously higher than you would probably expect based on the way that
right.
I'm framing this.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah,
if you
sure.
if throw that aside, like
Uh-huh.
what would you think if I didn't say that?
132.
Yep, that's exactly what I would have said. It's 162.
Wow. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's
Like
he's having a good year.
yeah, our perception of Jordan is like he's been X amount above league average when he's actually been amongst the elite hitters. And I think it's probably just because Soto and Judge are having such outlier years at the position that we're kind of like discounting what he's doing comparatively in the AL, right?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And I will say I've been
Yeah.
fading Jordan on like most slates.
Sure, yeah.
But this is not the one to do it, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. No, no, no. I think when the price is more palatable. I think the other thing contributing to that is at the beginning of the season, Kyle Tucker was the reason that team was moving. Like that team was in a very sluggish start to the year, and now they're kind of coming around as Seattle falls off and whatever. Like that's real baseball talk. But it was Kyle Tucker who was the engine driving that bus, not him. And I think it kind of skewed people's mindset as well.
Yeah, I cannot believe that he is like gonna miss the rest of the season because he fouled a ball off his calf.
Dude, remember it was like we were like, "Hey, should we
I'm
take him with
drafting him
the
today.
Q tag?" Yeah, I was like, "It's like a bone contusion. Like it went down. He couldn't really stand on it, but he'll probably be back in like 1 to 2 days." And it's been like a month, or I mean, it's been
Crazy.
like 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's crazy.
I like some shouts here in the chat that we're getting for some home run ones. I kind of want to do a quick other pick 'em to put them all together here. I like this Lou Bob 4X. I mean, there's a non-zero chance that Lou Bob has fully mailed it in on this season. Like he has been really struggling recently, and at San Francisco, where it never gets above 70 degrees, is a tough place to hit. But he does get the handedness advantage against Kyle Harrison, and Kyle Harrison does occasionally get blown up. Vientos moving up in the lineup. Nimmo has a Q tag. Nimmo most likely going to miss today. So Vientos might be hitting second, at worst, be hitting fifth, I guess, and a little handedness advantage there as well. And then Rooker, who's just been on one, and Rowdy Telez as potential price tags there. I think we should maybe just pick one or two of those and put them together there, Nez. Who are your two favorite out of those ones suggested?
Vientos. Love Vientos today.
All right.
He's just been going really
Oh,
well.
wow. Never mind. 189. That's lower than Corey Seager right now. That we should be mixing him in the BRs, but not drafting him. Or I mean, drafting him, but not using him in the pick'em.
What the fuck is there
Dude,
like hurricane winds in Queens today?
not that I've seen yet. Nothing on
Holy shit,
weather.
man.
Nothing
That's
on
like
Weather X.
dude,
Nothing.
that is untouchable.
Yeah, that's tough.
No,
Let's see what the Rooker one is.
yeah. 8 miles per hour out.
282, not terrible. Taj Bradley has been knocked around his last couple starts here. I think 15 earned in his last two starts. He's susceptible to the long ball. Um,
What about Salvi Perez?
I wanted to use the chat ones.
Oh, sorry.
Salvi 2.2.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Okay, let's use the chat. Let's use the chat here. Let's do the Rooker and let's do the Rowdy and see what it looks like. There we go.
I like it. I like it, chat.
There we go.
Chat special here.
Yeah.
If this wins, though, we're gonna take credit for it, guys. Just FYI, we're gonna boost. You have to be here. We're firing all the best plays. So yeah. just know we get ownership of this paid.
It's fully paid's idea. Fully paid. Both of them came from paid. But no, this is our special, man.
yeah. Sorry, bud. We officially took this.
Oh, that's funny.
Hire a lawyer.
Yeah, so Nez, as you can see, man, a whole bunch of green in this middle here to get back to just the ADP and stuff like that. Why we were saying we like to push up Jordan there. This, man, I know Tyler Fitzgerald has been on par with Alex Rodriguez in recent memory and stuff like that. I'm not touching that. This is not a ballpark that I go to for offense. This isn't someone I want to get overweight when he's 100% drafted. I will have 0 in my 30 entries today. Call it 25 entries today. I will have 0 Tyler Fitzgerald. 0. Not one, Nez.
Sorry, I gotta stand up. I've got some tremendous back pain from sleeping on some of the softest beds of all time at my lovely aunt's beach house, which I am very, very glad that she lets us stay there. But oh my God, man, those beds are just stupid soft, and I sleep on a nice firm mattress at home. Oh my God. Yeah, my back is just destroyed. No, we don't even get the benefit of having Tyler Fitzgerald as an outfield anymore. Thanks, Numi, for that. That was fun. But I never got paid off on Tyler Fitzgerald. I missed that boat, and I will miss it today because, John, if you type in Giants.
Yeah.
Not
a single one.
All these guys are free. So if Tyler Fitzgerald is in a smash spot, stack the teammates that go undrafted instead. Right. What is that? I'm sorry, I cannot do Tyler Fitzgerald today. He would have to fall to 20 for me to probably make that selection. That's hilarious to me.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, I mean, maybe before we go game by game and stuff like that, maybe it's just good to talk about the ADP landscape right now. This Gunnar Henderson one's interesting because it's a tough park and it's versus a lefty, despite him going well in recent memory. Getting to some other Baltimore bats, getting to Santander and Adley feels better, in my opinion, relative to price point. This Brandon Lau one, him and Josh Lowe, kind of two guys with some good left-handed power who are going nice right now. He's in a good spot today, but it's interesting with Boyle because he has big K upside in my mind, especially against this lineup, but he is susceptible to isolated power from left-handed bats, but the park mitigates that, right? So I'm not looking to ape chalk Tampa Bay in what I deem not a great spot. I mean, he has a walk problem. Joe Boyle has a walk problem.
Huge walk problem.
Yeah. And if guys get on base, these hitters could be in the middle of the lineup that are left-handed, be in some good spots. But I'm not going to be the one that chases them at ADP just because they've been hot recently, right?
Yeah, but I do think it's more than that. I think it's just a shame that they're hot right now because this is such a good spot for them on a slate where we're kind of searching for good spots, and this is it. Your boy Brandon Lau is truly him. And I just think there's a lot of RBI opportunities with Joe Boyle because of the walk problem being as egregious as it is. I don't know if Yandy Diaz is going to start. And just because he's not starting, I think what you can then say is, well, that's one more bench bat that can't pinch hit for somebody else on this team. Mm-hmm. It does get kind of thin when you do look at Rays.
Yeah.
But for me, Lau, Lowe, Caminero, and Carlson, I think is really fun. I'm trying to play Caminero until he hits. He is hitting. He's having good success because he's a fucking stud. But he has so much power in his bag that we're gonna get a Caminero explosion game very soon. Maybe Oakland isn't the spot to try to get to it, but you can do this. And then Christopher Morel, he's hitting top of the order. He will hit top of the order today. Not drafted. This is a great spot. Wow is not a 10 times better bet or whatever 100 times better bet you could basically say based on ownership than Morel. So
Fair
uh
point.
yeah, it's just like yeah, just thinking about how you get to the stacks of the good game, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I played 15 lineups yesterday, just jamming before lock in the morning there, and I played Junior Caminero in 10 of them. I mean, it didn't work
I
out,
played a
and
ton of junior, yeah.
yeah, and I went 0 for, but it was just like this is the get to Ellie before Ellie. I mean, without the stolen base upside, but like get to the 2 home run young stud guy before everybody else gets there because his price tag lines up with people that are not of the same talent caliber as his talent is, right?
100%, 100%. He's so fun. I don't know. I drafted a good bit of him in best ball. I don't know that I snuck any junior through in the playoffs,
Yeah,
sadly. But
I'm doing the reverse sweat right now, Nez, where I haven't looked at any of my best ball lineups.
just
I'm
don't.
not doing it until like Sunday afternoon. I'm not looking. I was gonna say, should we look on stream? I'm not giving myself that sweat, but the people that are sweating that one, I did have this graphic pulled up because here are your 2 start SPs for the week. If you want to do a quick screen grab of that, it was posted in the Discord by someone. I can't remember who posted it there.
Grill Belichick did. It is missing Mitch
Thank
Keller,
you.
and I think Mitch Keller is getting a 2 start week. So
Okay, so there's a good one there. Mitch Keller will be added to this, but I do know for a fact that Brian Wu and Brandon Fott are my 2 highest owned pitchers. So fingers crossed here. Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's if you haven't looked yet, just wait till Saturday for whenever
Yeah.
that first
Not
2 start
gonna look.
pitcher hits, and then you can get an idea of how live or dead you are.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot will be on the back of how Brian Wu does tonight at the Dodgers, and the fact that Freddie Freeman is not going to be in that lineup is a little more encouraging. But there might be one sneaky bat coming back for that one. Nez, are you aware of a Max Muncy return?
Of course, I'm aware of Buncey's return, man. Finally.
Yeah, so it's going to be tonight or tomorrow, but the a little cheeky secret leverage there could be activated Monday there if you want a little bit of leverage with that one. Let's do this rapid fire because we've taken a lot of time already there, Nez. First game on the slate is Reds and Blue Jays. Kevin Gausman had a good start last time out, but the strikeout rate has been down comparative to years past. That being said, Reds strike out a lot versus right-handed pitching comparative to left-handed pitching, and yeah, very interesting game. I could see myself getting to both sides of this. Reds are going to be a bullpen game. I know it has Nick Lodolo's ADP kind of pushed up. He will not be pitching today. This looks like a bullpen game for the Reds, which Evergreen is not something we tend to want to target. That being said, Reds not the best bullpen in the world, so maybe we can get to some 2s and 3-mans. But this game for me is just kind of going to be like Ellie, Vlad sprinkled in, and then maybe the occasional 2-man.
Yeah. One thing I will say is like Gosman doesn't really. I mean, from my memory, his strikeout numbers have just not been what they once were. I don't know if that like splitter is really like catching, missing as many bats as it used to.
Mhm.
So I would definitely think about
I
getting
think he's
some.
tipping it, man. Sorry to cut you off. I think he's tipping it again. I think
Yeah,
he's tipping the splitter, man. And I think the Angels are just bad enough to have missed it a bunch.
it could
Like
be.
last time. Yeah.
Right. It very well could be. So I think that the Reds are kind of interesting. Low total, ballpark isn't great, but I just think that the Reds just have the ability to have those explosion games, kind of like the A's, where they're just like, on the whole, they're a bad team, but like whenever they go off, they really do go off. So
Good
I
shout.
will do some like contrarian Reds today, but I do like Gosman as a pitching option today as well.
Yeah, I think just from macro view on this slate, there's going to be a lot of talking out of both sides of our mouths where it's going to be like,
Have to.
yeah, I can see this and I can see this just because of the way the pitching sets up with it. Next one, we got to double southpaws in this one, that Mets and O's one. We talked about the potential of Santander, and they don't have Adley in this lineup for what it's worth. Interesting. But
That's
potentially,
that's hilarious. What the hell did I told
yeah.
you to put him on the cover, and Roto Grinder says he's not even in the fucking lineup. Jesus Christ.
Hey, he's killing left-handed pitching. The Baltimore Orioles are smarter
I
than
wonder
this lineup
why.
algorithm. We're giving it credence. Yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting. Something funky is going to happen with this lineup, though. It's going to be more right-handed heavy. Austin Slater's probably going to start. Then he's going to get pinch hit for probably Mullins off the bench, something like that. Colton Cowser may or may not lead off. It's going to be a really funky lineup. O'Hearn almost certainly will not be in there, but Mountcastle will be. Maybe we pivot some of our Adley to one off Mountcastle. But the Vientos one is very noteworthy. The Pick'em one there, and T-Bear said it in the chat there. And I probably won't get to pitching on either side of this, but if I happen to, the Peterson side looks slightly better. But this will probably just be two mans and one offs for me, and no onslaughts from this one.
Yeah, I do like the Mets. I mean, Lindor is sort of expensive, but I think that they're still a good stack. I just probably just won't do with any Pete Alonso, man. I'm just like done with Pete Alonso, and I think he's going to be commonly stacked with Lindor.
Okay.
Give me Vientos over him. Give me JD Martinez today as one of like the best outfielders. He's outfield 7, but ADP 26.
Okay.
So doing like some Lindor, Martinez, Vientos, and if you wanted to make it a 4-man, throw in Marte or Francisco Alvarez. I love the Mets right-handed hitting, and but like I don't think like Trevor Rogers is as bad as the field maybe does, but at the same time I thought the Mets would be way chalkier. So it's just kind of a grapple for me.
Okay. Yeah, Baltimore agrees with you because they gave up the fucking bag for Trevor Rogers to be on this roster down.
It was a Baltimore move. They want him at home.
That's true. They do want him at home. That's a good shout. I'm hesitant to say it, but Harrison Bader, lefty killer. We're thin at outfield today, buddy. There's a couple lefty killers with outfield eligibility at the bottom there that I'm going to find my way to.
Good shout.
Your Pirates and Rangers up here. Luis Ortiz has been going good recently. Dane Dunning hasn't been striking anybody out anymore. This is a sneaky spot for bats, in my opinion. I have been getting to both sides of this. I've been doing some Brian Reynolds plus O'Neill Cruz in my first two builds there. And then Corey Seager is my favorite price-adjusted hitter on the slate, period. He is popping in all my stuff. And this Rangers lineup is coming back around to looking like what we expected at the beginning of the season. This is the first time in a long time this last weekend where we have the Rangers of what we expected on opening day back together.
Yeah, I still just think that they're like, it's very hard for me to like get on board with these damn Rangers just because they just have been playing so bad. And Garcia, like Josh Smith is their best hitter right now. Like it just, it just is not very good, but it is a full A-list lineup. So, I think with that being said, maybe like finding your way down this lineup a little bit in a stack makes sense. Like Luis Ortiz has been like going pretty well, but he's definitely showing some cracks. He's given up a lot of he just in the start against the Diamondbacks a few starts ago. Gave up like 4 straight home runs. It was fucking unbelievable. One was an inside the park, and then there were 3 like real home runs after that. But limits hard contact by and large. So he's definitely like a conundrum. But like you said, both sides of our mouth here. Like he's not a draftable pitcher for me. There's just like not enough ceiling there. He used to have K upside, really doesn't anymore. But Rangers make sense today. And then I like you said, I think the Pirates also make sense today too. Rangers are very much like undrafted outside of Corey Seager, so that makes them very appealing. But the Pirates are also like very much overlooked, and I get it. It's the Pirates, haha, they fucking suck. However, Reynolds is good, O'Neill Cruz is good, and how about a little Joey Bart action in your Pirate stacks? If they can get to Dane Dunning, get them to toss a lefty out there to face Reynolds or Cruz. Joey Bart hitting 442 against lefties this season. John,
dare we say it?
Hey, against lefties, a 247 WRC plus against left-handed pitching. He's been such a good pickup. I don't know who's to say. He's been such a good pickup for the Pirates, and like is like one of their best hitters right now. Hitting cleanup for the Pirates, hitting in front of O'Neill Cruz and Brian Reynolds. A 3 stack of Reynolds, Cruz, and Bart is not going to be done hardly at all. That to me, I think makes a lot of sense against Dane Dunning, who is not the Dane Dunning of old. He is no longer my son, my cheeky pitching son. He is not having his best year. So one of these teams are going to have the guys you need. I said it.
Ooh, I like it. No, I'm in lockstep with you, man. I was looking at that game and I was like, on a slate where we have all these totals that just basically range between 5-5 and 3-5, like everyone is just like so flat. I was like, this is the underlooked spot right now. I think like for some offensive upside, I like getting to both sides there. Highest implied team total on the slate here, a park that plays up runs when it's warm. It's only 81 degrees there in Kansas City, but large outfield there and the ability to run for days, which makes an evergreen reminder that this plays well for stacking 2s and 3s and that sort of thing on the Royals side, opposed to just one-offs looking for power, because you're not going there for ISO. You're going there for like scoring runs in bunches. But that being said, Royals have the highest implied team total on the slate, and basically Bobby Witt Jr. and occasionally Vinny P or Sal Perez paired with it go drafted, and kind of nobody else. So you want to get to stacking some Royals today. You want to do so in some contrarian fashions. I imagine it's going to look like this. Michael Massey leading off, although Maikel Garcia has been leading off a decent amount recently. But against the righty, I want to take some shots here on having overstacked Royals going against Carson Fulmer, and I will not be touching Angels at all today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You like
him? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about that. Yeah, no, I just think Seth Lugo is like pretty fraudulent. We've seen some major cracks in his armor in his last start. And I mean, Shanwell is coming alive as of late. Neto is having his fair share of nice games.
Who was leading the AL in RBIs in the month of August?
Is it Shanwell?
Prior to this weekend, it was Zach Neto.
Nice.
Yeah, he's up there. But, small 19 days or whatever. But it caught me off guard when I was watching the broadcast the other night and they dropped that little nugget in there.
Yeah, it's tough because they're so infield heavy. Like, I really like O'Hoppe and, and Shanwell and Neto. So like doing maybe like a threesome of those three maybe makes sense. But Ward is just not having that good of a season. So I'm going to leave him out of my stacks. Ever since he got hit in the face.
Yeah, that'll shake him, man.
There's been talk that he's scared of the ball. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not
Dude, I'd be fucking scared of the ball if I took 95 in the face.
I'd retire. You'd never see me again. So there might be some truth to that, man. 97 WRC plus on the season right now. He was sitting at 120 for a good bit of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good shout on the fact that they're basically all infield eligible too. That like the people will gravitate when they do 3-mans because of the shallow depth of outfield today to put Taylor Ward into those stacks. If you just pivot to like Joe Adell, or you pivot to like not having you pivot to like not having an outfielder in on those stacks, you'll instantly be unique because anyone who goes contrarian Angels will mix in an outfielder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%, 100%. But yeah, very interesting that the highest run total on the slate in the Royals just has so few players drafted. But when you look at their lineup, it does like make sense. Like, where's the run production coming from here? And it's definitely not Dayron Blanco, who's had himself a nice two game stretch there against the Reds. But there's almost zero chance he starts today, and he's like the first KC outfielder taken.
Okay.
Not that you need Melendez, but Hunter Renfroe, I think, can definitely get it.
Okay. Good shouts there. I just want to bring up while we were talking about where did it go? Never mind. I had a leaderboard where both Vinny P and Bobby Witt are in the top 10 in hard hit rates, but I can't remember what I was sorting by. And now I can't find it on the fly. All right. Anyways. Yusei Kikuchi, Tanner Houck, some decent pitching in this one. A reminder that, Boston has seen Kikuchi a decent amount because he has been in the AL East for multiple years now. So this isn't like a clean look Red Sox team, like they know how to approach kind of thing. But Red Sox so much worse against left-handed pitching because all of their best sticks are left-handed. I mean, they might end up having Danny Jansen in the middle of this lineup today and stuff like this. Little teammate on teammate crime from the Blue Jays days there. But we talked about Yordan. I talked about liking the upside of Yusei's strikeout potential. here. Tanner Houck, no one's getting to. I don't know. He's very volatile, but like I could see myself getting like occasional one off with him. But I'm not jumping up and down to touch this game outside of Jordan and Kikuchi and maybe the occasional one off Tyler O'Neill. You're muted, Nez.
O'Neill is just super expensive, so
Yeah,
it does like make it less appealing. But I mean, 13.5 ADP is outfield too. Also, like
that's true.
it's just it's the dynamics today are very weird. But Kikuchi's probably going to crush. He's SP 5
Yeah, he's
today.
moved up a bit. Yeah.
That's, I mean, dude, he's like my SP 1.5 today.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, he's we know what Kikuchi is now, right? But like they gave up a decent amount to go get him instead of Flaherty. I mean, probably not instead of, but like they ended up with him instead of Flaherty for the package in which they could put together. And Astros are renowned for getting the most out of some of their pitching, especially their pitching acquisitions, stuff like that. I mean, we're talking 27% strikeout rate with only a 6.4 BB. Like walks were always his issue back in the day. So I mean, if he can just maintain that strikeout rate against a team that strikes out a decent amount and strikes out a decent amount against left-handed pitching, this one feels like a good spot.
Feels like a great spot, man. Especially against you, like you said, all these lefties for the Red Sox. That completely mitigates the issues you have. You just gotta, just stay away from the long ball. And even if you do, maybe it's just a solo home run. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. And it makes me want to stay clear of Boston too, because like I don't really know what this lineup's going to look like. I imagine it's something like this. Like Ref Snyder usually draws in to that 2, 3, 4 area. Danny Jansen, like I think Connor Wong's hurt. Is that what's going on here? Oh no, they got them both in the lineup.
Yeah, one will
Okay,
DH.
interesting. Yeah, something like that. But it just makes whomever is the other one, everyone's like a really high pinch hit risk here. As soon as Yusei comes out of the ball game, because they have left-handed sticks, like Hamilton's going to find his way in here. Will Abreu's going to find his way in here because those are their better sticks. So like Rafaela is probably the only kind of safe outfield option, and Duran if he starts, right? Like him, Ton, and Duran are kind of like the only like safe ones to stay in there. Everyone else is like kind of like transferable. I mean, obviously not Devers, but you know what I mean.
Yep, totally agree.
All right. Some low totals upcoming here. One team that doesn't strike out very much here in the Padres going up against a dude who gets a lot of strikeouts in the minors, but only making his second big league start ever here. I've seen some smart people taking Padres. You're basically just playing is this ballpark as good as it's been in recent memory with the Padres? And is Zebby Matthews going to be like not who he was in the minor leagues in his second time out? And he kind of proved he was really good in his first start. I watched a bit of that. He gave up one home run, but like, man, he's got some big strikeout stuff. I'm probably not getting too much of this game other than Mike King. He feels like SB1 like through and through. Twins not the most comfortable matchup in the world, especially when they load up with left-handers, but there's a lot of pinch risk in the Twins lineup, so I won't be getting there. And Padres, I mean, though they don't strike out and that field's playing up for power this year, they don't feel fun to get to unless you just get like, two of them, maybe like a Jackson Morrell plus like Manny Machado mini.
Yeah, I feel better about getting to the Twins than I do the Padres today.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Walk me through it.
I just think the Twins have like that strong double bubble leverage. Like, yeah, they're both going to be like really low owned, but Twins will be even lower with Mike King being SP1. The slate dynamics are maybe they have something to do with it. Maybe they don't. Like lack of chalk, I guess, probably has nothing to do with it. But like, I just really like the Twins. So, getting Royce Lewis, Matt Wallner, like Willie Castro, like just like the top of this order, I'm definitely into, given the matchup is tough, but like when the Twins hit, they hit huge. The problem is that like, Michael King's a very good pitcher and the Padres bullpen is filthy.
Yeah.
So it definitely is like not ideal, but I do think that the leverage is really strong there. Yeah, Yeah, I think Zebby's pretty legit, man. But Padres lineup, you can talk yourself into some Crone, some Mariah's, and some Merrill from the left side of the plate there. But I'll have to force myself to get to these teams.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Other side of the equation there, we kind of talked about both athletics and Rays ADPs pushed up. We talked about the Rays already. Like if you want to go the junior route to get a little bit of leverage comparative to the people pairing like Lau and Low together over and over again. But left-handed power plays better. I kind of like the strikeout potential upside for Boyle in this matchup. I don't think you necessarily have to draft him on our platform, but just because he's so effing down there and the win potential is pretty low. But this is just a game environment where I'm going to have a little bit of everything coming from it, and I don't have a clean stance. That being said, I don't typically go to this ballpark for offense.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. It is pretty interesting that the Rays have a run total below 4 and they're like the highest drafted stack
Yeah,
on the
good show.
slate. So that's definitely a red flag. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Taj Bradley, I have not drafted yet, but
He's given
man,
up.
yeah,
Sorry, he's given up 15 runs in his last 3 starts, so he has the ability to get blown up.
yeah, against Miami, St. Louis, and Houston.
Yeah,
Um, and I had a lot of him in that Miami start. But
man.
man, oh man, he also has a start where he has 11 Ks in 5 innings and 11 Ks in 7 innings and 10 Ks in 7 innings. Like, just has the ability to take over slates,
Mhm.
but at his cost, not for me.
Yeah, agree with you there, Nez. At cost, probably fading Tosh Bradley today and probably soft fading both Rays and Athletics, but I will do a little bit of mixing and matching, most likely of the contrarian fashion, where I'll do like Lawrence Butler plus Shea Langeliers and like leave like Rooker's ADP out just because he's going every single draft. And just do some like, hand builder bro bullshit with it. Giants, we already talked about the Tyler Fitzgerald, Fugazi of an ADP, but if you want them, you got to take them up there. Why not just stack some other players on this? But another situation where it's a park I don't go for offense here, and I will have some Kyle Harrison today because he has shown some strikeout upside. I keep thinking back to that Coors strikeout or that Coors slate where he struck out 11 in Coors Field, like that sort of thing. This is not a very good White Sox lineup, though slightly better against left-handed pitching with some of those righties at the top, in particular Andrew Vaughn and the Tool Shed. But outside of that, man, this game just doesn't look overly inviting to me.
No, no, not at all. I am a little surprised that they have a 4.6 run total in San Francisco, just because I think Jonathan Cannon has just shown enough of like limiting some runs, but maybe that's just run good. So I'm definitely going to go to the Giants today in a pretty big way, especially on the Kyle Harrison side. That was a great shout by you, and I'm going to probably end up with like 40% Kyle Harrison today.
Oh
Is
wow, okay,
Yeah, I mean like his ADP right now, he's SP6. It's just like that's just like incorrect.
okay,
He's in a great spot. The run total for the White Sox is 2.6. His K upside is, he has the ability, like obviously the 21.9% isn't like, oh my god, jumping off the page
yeah,
or
it's league
anything,
average, yeah.
but like he does have that upside. Like if you know, you know. So Harrison to me just has really strong Q, like quality start win upside, which is huge. That extra 5 points for a pitcher, that makes up for like, sometimes like 33% of their
Yeah.
of their score for a slate, which is it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a good shout there. Yeah, to the point with the Jonathan Cannon one, yeah, it probably is some run good and mitigating because the walk rate's high and the strikeout rate's low, and he's not giving up the most contact in the world, but he's giving up a decent amount. And then the bullpen is just ass behind him, like just flat out, like everyone who is decent or good from it is gone. So yeah, it's kind of a reminder that like also in this ballpark we don't go searching for power. So if you're gonna do something with the Giants, do it via the stacks because if they score runs, they're gonna score runs in bunches. I will not be doing like Matt Chapman one off. If Brad beats me with like Matt Chapman one off and a 3-man from somewhere else, I just tip my cap and move on kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Last game on the slate. Dodgers going against Brian Wu. Gavin Stone with the he can't keep getting away with this meme here, but in a good spot against primarily right-handed Mariners lineup that strikes out a shit ton. Though it is getting better, man. It is getting better with the return of Julio and the return of Dominic Canzone and that sort of thing. But a lot of strikeouts available here for Gavin Stone, but I will have contrarian Mariners today as well. Big park upgrade for them.
Yeah, very big. And Gavin Stone is like, no big deal. Not a huge, like, fine pitcher. Not a huge threat. Like you said, the lineup they just been playing some pretty good baseball. I mean, Robles, man, is just like, what a find. What
Dude,
did
yeah.
what did his agent like? He must have called up Depoto and was like, "Yo, like Robles made a switch. Like, you're gonna want to see this." Took a flyer on him. Like, holy shit, this looks real. Let's give him a 2-year extension. Like, he did. Like, I'm gonna be very interested once the article comes out. Like, what did Robles do to like make the change? Because like, man, he's fucking found something.
Dude, so there was a story the other night on the broadcast where he like in years past had like bad splits and bad something against a certain pitcher who was going that night, right?
Okay.
And it was a traditional spot where they would sit Robles, right? And his whole career and all his numbers suggest we should sit him tonight, kind of deal, right? And then he went into like they have a sim in below where you can like upload the picture and then it shows the arm slot and shows whatever. And he hit off the sim for like half an hour and then came back to service and was like, this is what I did. These were my stats. Like showed him like, the template of like whatever. I was going on this. I got this guy tonight, whatever. And then he went like 3 for 4 or something. And like 2 of his hits were off that guy, including a home run. So it was like a pretty cool story. I mean, I probably butchered it as
I think you told it pretty well.
Secondhand tale, secondhand telling of an Aaron Goldschmidt story on the broadcast the other night. But I was like, fuck, that's pretty cool, man. I was always a Robles guy. Like when he was like a dynasty asset and stuff like that, I was like, this guy can run. He hits the ball way harder than anyone thinks. He's just got to start lifting that shit. And he's a fun dude, man. Like him and Randy Arozarena mixed with like Julio, like that's just 3 like fun dudes.
Very strong outfield there. So I think that the Mariners are a pretty fun team to get to today. I'll get to the big dump too. If I'm mixing in those stacks. He's always like my go-to there.
Love it. What do you say we hop in a draft here? Long overdue. I'm gonna go back to the old platform here, hit up the drafts tab, jump in that Monday moonshot. We got ourselves 50k again on a Monday. Love to see it. That means 5k to first, 3 more spots.
Yeah, we'll see.
Our guy Bindle's wearing the Jerome Bettis in honor of you, Nez.
The bus, baby.
There you go. All right, we got some friends and family in here. We got Paid in here. We got Rocket Sauce. We got Luke Big Shots, who is making a push for the hashtag list. And then we got T-Box Evergreen. T-Box might get his own category on the list this year. I'm thinking about something, Nez. I haven't flirted it to you yet, but he might get his own category as we amend Mount Rushmore and stuff. I don't want to remove some people, but Rushmore only has 4 spots. And it's got a little fluidity to it. So I might be thinking of some new categories for some of these OG guys too.
All right, yeah. I mean, things have changed a lot since we've done our last list, and
that's not to say that T-Box isn't worthy. That's not to say that T-Box isn't a good player anymore. He's definitely got some wins under his belt this season. He's definitely been playing well and stuff. It's just times move forward, and we got to find some new categories for some new people.
Yeah, things change. Things change. I gotta. 1 second.
Are you cool with Bobby Wood Jr. here?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Highest implied team total on the slate. Why not? Bad Angels team with a pitcher we want to attack in Carson Fulmer.
Depending on what the lobby does, they might give you Bobby Witt plus outfield 2 and 3. It's not impossible.
It is true. It is the way in which it is going. Man, I just keep getting these FYI, it's your pick. FYI, it's your pick. FYI.
Oh yeah, get ready to learn 4-hour clocks, buddy.
I'm closing up the slow puppies right now though, so that's good. Once those guys are off the docket,
Once who's off the docket?
the slow puppies.
Yeah.
Those ones, a lot of them are closing right now. So, yeah. And I probably won't do a ton of these upcoming ones. I'll be focused on the Badge Bros Brawl, baby. Thursday. If you guys weren't here at the jump, Thursday coming your way. Thinking through some interesting wrinkles for that one, but it'll be true to the brand. We can say that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm chipping away at mine as well. Coming to a close on quite a bit of them, which feels good because I've reloaded some like marathon slows to kind of get more of that contest, and I think I've got the right brain for the marathon this season. We'll see what happens there. I was, shout out to Leg Up and Vine for they did their week 1 brain. And I was like, wow, that's me. Like I think I should do the marathon. I think I've got week 1 brainitis. Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, I like Jordan today. I like him more than Gunnar Henderson straight up. I like his price tag. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, Nez, do we want to entertain something that is Kansas City focused? Do we want to just take Tyler O'Neill here and then just do 3 KC infielders? It's not great television, but it feels good. The other one we could do is Corey Seager, who's my favorite price-adjusted hitter on the slate. What do you like?
Do Seager. I think Tyler O'Neill looks good, but he's drafted a lot, and I think Seager's in a better spot to succeed because if O'Neill might get home and it could be like a 16-point game, or 17-point game. I think Seager has more likely to hit reach 30 today against the Pirates and their bullpen if they can get to them.
Yeah, I cannot deny the fact that those Crawford boxes, might be calling Tyler O'Neill's name versus a left-handed pitcher that he's seen a bunch of times. Actually, if we want to go down the BVP rabbit hole here, how many at-bats do you think Tyler O'Neill has against Yusei Kikuchi in his career?
7.
He has 2 at-bats, Nez. How many home runs do you think Tyler O'Neill has against Yusei Kikuchi?
2.
He has 2 home runs. It is 2 at-bats versus Yusei.
Oh, no. Oh, no. BVP bros are like...
The BVP bros are salivating at this ADP right now.
You're telling me?
They can't get enough. All right, Nez, who do you like?
I do like Vinny P today, but we do have some pitching options here.
Where's Vinny?
You're gonna have to search for him, man. We're scrolling.
Oh, Vinny's gone.
Salvi is interesting.
Okay, let's do pitching first then.
Okay.
Who do you like?
Gausman's cool.
Okay, we'll do Gausman then. All right. Yeah, Vinny got sniped on us. Here's what I was talking about with the mixing Taylor Ward in the stacks every time. They're going to look like this. There's your Muncy pick. Your 4-man Dodgers getting ahead of the Muncy one.
That's a sick Dodgers team he's got cooking.
You want to do Salve with this one, or you want to do someone else?
No, I think Salvi's the move.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see. All right, cool. We got a 2-man KC. I got a pick for the last one here, but I will flirt it your way and then see what's up. Okay, there you go. So Lukey Big Shots is doing, that Angels thing that we were talking about. And then I said it'll look chalky when you do it with the infield at the front end and then 2 infielders, and then you do the Taylor Ward version. But he kind of makes it less chalky by adding on the second outfielder here. So, I was talking about doing it without Taylor Ward. He's doing it with Taylor Ward, but also adding the other one there. So that one plays out to me. Paid doing the Tampa Bay thing there. Jose Caballero is batting in the middle of that lineup now. All of a sudden, he was hitting third all weekend kind of deal. So just a guy to keep your eye on. Yeah, what else we like?
I'm curious to see who your last pick is, but Luke Big Shots is almost certainly autoing. He's a maxer, so I think he's doing the queue up 5 and then throw in your stack is what he's up to.
Adolis goes there. We could do a one-off Rooker, who's just been one of the best hitters on the planet recently. I was thinking about a Hunter Renfroe and making it a 3-stack. What do you like?
Yeah, no, I think Renfro is going to be super low owned today, and getting him with the highest total on the slate against the Angels, I think makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, got some decent power there. He looks like Mike Trout going against his old team in the Angels. There's something there. There's a narrative there.
I like
The
I
the
like where your head's at.
Mike Trout doppelganger going against his former club. Yeah, there's something there with Hunter Renfroe. Nez, anything else you want to say on the baseball slate? Anything else you want to say before we jump in here?
No, let's do some NFL. I still have a ton of MLB teams to draft after the show, so let's just keep things moving.
I low key just thought of something in my mind there that I kind of like when you type in VI. I noticed then when I was looking for Vinny that I kind of like when you just type in VI today for whatever reason. I low key just kind of like these three. I don't know why. My mind just saw it and I was like, huh, I kind of like all three of those guys today.
The VI
Vientos,
stack.
the VI stack. You only get that meta around here with the simple mind of me. Nez, do you want to do a BBM?
Yeah, do you want to, well, whatever you want to do, and if you want me to
Okay,
take
let's
a
do
team, I can.
BBM and you take the wheel this time.
Okay. I'm jumping in right now if you are listening,
Okay.
and then I'll pull it up on screen.
Whew, that Underdog daily overlay looks sick.
Oh, it
Nasty.
snapped. It freaking snapped, baby. Let's go. Hold up. I'm coming. Oh, what? Okay.
Finally.
Pick 8. Nick's in here. Beast Burst in here. You guys will see it soon. I promise.
All right.
I'm new to this streaming stuff. You'll have to forgive me.
he's still on those vacation hours, man.
It's coming. Boom. Let's go. Let's draft a shipper. What do you think?
I am in favor of that. Very
Does
much
that
so
work
in
for you?
favor of that. It would work out greatly for me. Interesting stuff here with your ranks here. So you got Justin Jefferson moved down behind the running backs and Amon-Ra St. Brown since the most recent news here, Nez. Is this your new stance?
Yeah, this was I had this set up for some puppy auto drafts that I was trying out and trying to tinker with and toy with, and
Okay.
I kind of am into how it turned out, I will say. I didn't get as much Mahomes as I wanted to, but in the mini Schnauzer, that one that came out, I did something similar where I was like, I want to jam Mahomes stacks, and I just spammed it, and I got like 46 Mahomes, and it worked out pretty decent.
Wow, 46 Mahomes.
46% Mahomes.
Oh, percent. Okay. That's a
Sorry, I'm trying to get my my screen in order here. But I did it again in the puppy 3, and like now his cost is just like so much greater that it made it like really difficult. So I wasn't able to do that. But part of these are like these ranks that I was using to do that. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I do have
Brown in front
Jefferson
of him.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean, like, dude, I think if you're like not scared of Sam Darnold, you know, a little bit, like maybe you should. Is kind of where I'm at. I don't think that Sam Darnold starting all season or even like the potential of him getting benched. I don't think that that's good. So I'm bumping down Jefferson. I have more Jefferson than most right now. I'm definitely above average on him, so it makes sense for me to give him a bump down. I am Bijan here, John, if you believe it or not.
Yeah, sure, I'm good with it. I will take my Bijan exposure via you right now.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm Bijan over Brees still. I mean, I think Braylon Allen is actually a factor. I think he's actually good. I think he's perfect. He was so young, man. He was 17 years old at Wisconsin, just running all over the place. Like, there's no way that this guy can't be a threat. Like, you know, like I in my mind, I'm just like, this guy has to be a threat to Brees, and that's enough to be like, okay, Bijan. over him. But
Yeah.
I've been taking AJ Brown over him there, just trying to get my AJ Brown up. And like just construction wise, man, like Hayden and I talked through it a little bit on Thursday there, that I just love these builds where I can get like fourth round, fifth round, like Josh Jacobs, and start my running back room that way, kind of deal.
I tried to tell him, John. I
Mhm.
tried to let the people know that Josh Jacobs is a great pick. They all laughed, and now his price is moving back up. He just broke 50 again, I believe.
Yeah.
If I check here, Josh Jacobs, I believe he's now ADP 49. And I got news for people. He's going to keep going up. Like he's not stopping because I mean the fact that Marshawn Lloyd is still not practicing
Abruptness.
with the hamstring stuff, it's just like people are going to be very strongly gravitating towards it. Oh, I haven't gotten Bijan and Debo in a minute, but
No,
we
no, no.
do
Let's
have
do
London here.
London. Yeah, let's do London.
All right.
Yeah.
Double Falcons. I don't do a lot of double Falcons, but
Neither do I, and I think it's rarer than the Debo combo, and I just like Drake more than Debo, anyways.
yeah.
Especially with IU coming back. Like I think Debo's price is just bad, but that's probably the number one thing you and I differ on this year. I mean, like I just made the analogy that like he feels like the double bubble injury risk like Otani was 2 years ago, where it's like he's pitching and hitting. So his elevated injury risk moves up. And like that's how I view Debo, where he's sometimes playing running back and he's sometimes, carrying the ball more than any other wide receiver. That just increases it ever so slightly enough to take some other names over him in my mind.
Mm. So because he touches the ball in a lot of unique ways, you don't like him?
No, I just think I no, obviously you love that from like a projection and output standpoint on like an isolated week. I just mean it heightens his injury risk comparative to the tier. So yeah, I mean you could say it both ways. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's certainly fair. And I do have a good bit of Bijan Debo, which I think it's time for me to. I don't have very much Bijan Drake London, maybe at all yet in
Yeah.
BBM, so definitely worth getting to. I got a little excited though because I was spamming Bijan Debo early in the summer, just like all the time, and that has now become hard to do. You don't see Debo make it back to Bijan in the middle of the drafts very much anymore. He's keeps going earlier in the second round as drafts go on, but yeah, Bijan Drake London is pretty rare.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I want to ask you some of these things that are taking place. Hayden just wrote up week 2 of the preseason. Malik Neighbors was another mover for him there. We see him pushed all the way up to 14 there. We see our guy Kidney Stones on the 12 hole there, Best Ball Viper, pushing up Devin Achan. Just some interesting stuff here. Running backs are starting to move up, man. Just macro landscape wise, I noticed it over the weekend where it's like we thought it was going to be because of an influx of casuals. It's not. It's because people are getting, they're souring on some of the price tags of some of these other guys in these middle rounds. So even the quote unquote sharps or the red badgers are pushing up running backs into that second tier right now. What do you think about some of those picks and some of those quote unquote unique combos from the right hand side of the board that people are trying to create?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I do not hate it. I don't hate it. I am not totally against the JT Achan start. Like you're not going to see it very often, and I think that those are two players that can have like awesome seasons. So, uh, you know, I don't hate it at all, but I'm not going to be doing it very much. Not in BBM.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where the leverage really is on that, but I don't like to get that cute in BBM personally.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a BBM specific take. So I would agree with you there. I think it just speaks to like I don't want to give away my truth serum take here, Nez, but I gave 2 truth serums for Pete's upcoming Deposit Kingdom video there, and mine kind of talks about this area of the draft board a little bit.
I'm excited to see that come out.
It's
I did that on vacation
weird.
post beach beers, so that mine. I'm curious when mine
You're
comes out.
buzzing. All vibes only. Who do you like, Nez? This is kind of gross.
Yeah, I am. Let's see. Sorry, I was
Oh,
missing.
there we go. Let's
I
take DJ
apologize.
Moore.
Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah,
what
take
happened there.
DJ Moore by
Okay.
like a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. I mean, I've been jamming DJ Moore lately, like jamming, putting him over Stephon Diggs, putting him over pretty much this entire range. Like I'm taking DJ Moore at the 2-3 turn right now.
Okay.
Um, One thing that I am doing way more, or I want to do way more in BBMs is I need more Tank Dell. I'm I'm capitulating. I'm seeing the light. Tank Dell is fucking awesome. Like I need to just like take more Tank Dell. You know, like I was wrong last year,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of doubling down. I know that I know the bet's different. It's a very costly bet, but like Tank Dell's awesome, man. Like I just need more. I can't be super light on an awesome player like Tank Dell if I'm in on other awesome players and then like talking out of both sides of my mouth. Like I like this awesome player that isn't, get a lot of volume, but I can't take this one. And I love CJ Stroud and I love the Texans. I've made the Diggs bet all summer. I think it's time for me to get more Tank Dell, especially because I can see a flipping coming. Tank Dell, I think, is going to flip Diggs by BBM close. So I'm trying to get out ahead of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like he obviously scored the really nice touchdown in the preseason game 1, but he's like playing. He's clearly like the third wide receiver rotationally, and the other two stay on the field. But like, if we just IQ meme it, it's like dude went Burr. Then in the middle is like, well, he's a rotationary player, and he's 5'9", 160 pounds, and he ran hot on touchdowns, and blah blah blah. And then you just kind of go through this arc, and then you go to the other side, and it's just like, yeah, Tank Dell, go Burr, man, he nice. Like it's just like that's the pendulum of it. So
Yes.
I could see both. I mean, it's crazy that we discounted him pretty heavily because and kind of rightfully so, because of the knee injury and the fact that he got shot. But apparently the getting shot wasn't as big a deal as it was made out to be in the minute there. I'm good with Amari Cooper here. I'm good with naked Jalen Hurts. I am good with Travis Kelsey. That'd kind of be it for me.
What do you think about Trey McBride here?
Um, I'm okay with it, and like set up like Kyler coming back the other side. I really like the schedule for them, but I can't take him over Kelsey.
All right, I'll do Amari then.
Okay.
I don't take a
I've
ton of
been
Amari, so that'll get me some more in my BBM.
Yeah, neither do I, to be honest. It just kind of felt like a nice little click there when we start with the Bijan one. I don't know, starting Bijan and then putting yourself behind again by like foregoing wide receiver here feels weird, because all my favorite targets that come back to the other side of the board are going to be a falling tight end or a running back. Like almost every time, just the way I've been building. But maybe that's a flaw that I keep like building similarly.
Yeah, I do like that, the shout out Tom, the running back glory hole quite a bit. And that
Can you hit the board, Nez, for a sec?
yeah.
Please?
But yeah, I've been foregoing like the pick 100 wide receiver range because I love Michael Wilson so much. I like Jalen McMillan so much. Like there are some wide receivers that I just think are like very, very mispriced, that go in the middle that, I just prefer to kind of make my bet on those guys. It's sort of similar to my MLB best ball bets where I'm like, I like outfield late. I'll get my 3 early that I like and make my bets on those guys that go late to finish out, to round out that wide receiver room, knowing that I'm going to have a heavier running back room than most,
Right.
but I know I'm going to start 3 of those guys because I'm going to flex one of those guys. That's the bet that I'm making. That's the way a lot of my teams have looked so far. We'll
Do you
see how
cap
that
at 5? Do you cap at 5 with running back?
I mean, if I have enough capital to it, absolutely. Sometimes I'll stop at 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
But
think
like,
it's good. I think it's good if you do it that way. I think it's bad if you still take like 6.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I stop at 5. Like,
Um.
and I'll even do something like 3 stud running backs, and then my last 2 will be like Corum and Benson, where it's like I don't need like I can absolutely withstand a slow start from those guys if they take contingency or take a minute to kind of get rolling in an offense.
Yeah.
And I feel really good about doing that type of stuff.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Do we know? Eli's asking, was it tightrope surgery that he had? I don't actually know.
I actually don't know either.
We can look that up in a second there. I'm seeing this one a couple times in the chat here. Curtis Samuel, turf toe, week to week. I
Yeah.
saw this one in there. I guess we just got an underdog update on that one.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to
Lincoln's
be
counter.
pretty bullish for Shakir and Coleman for sure.
Yeah,
And
I'm really
yeah,
concerned that that whole offense is just like this crazy rotation that we don't want any of anyways.
you're going to want it. It's just you don't know who.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Um, Another one that
There we go.
I've been, I'm starting to do Tank over Diggs. I was doing Allen a lot this season as well, and I'm Rome over Keenan now. I think that's a flippening that's on the way too.
Yeah, you're on the Allen is fat train.
I'm not on the Allen is fat. I'm on the Rome is him.
I respect it. I like Worthy here. Worthy's been rising. Worthy's looked really nice in the preseason. He gets a runway without Hollywood Brown there. I'm good with it. And then I hope for Ken Walker on the way back in my mind is kind of like how I would set it up.
Mhm.
I don't really want to do Kyle Pitts on Bijan plus London because I don't want to put Cousins on this team. When I have the running back, I kind of just want to do like running back and wide receiver correlation and just play it like that. I want the touchdowns to funnel through the both of them, and that doesn't necessarily always funnel through Cousins.
Yeah, definitely fair to not want to lock yourself into Cousins there. I don't take a lot of Kyle Pitts, so I'm fine with, and we don't have to.
The
Thank you, Barco.
the one thing that's interesting about Atlanta right now that I would just say from like a preseason note standpoint is that they said they've seen enough from Michael Penix and he's not going to play the rest of the preseason. Like,
Dude,
dude,
no,
that's
okay,
fucking bullish, man.
dude. Here that's they are so like trying to like convince themselves that they made the right pick that like that
Yeah,
is a face saving move. Like it's a bad move, but it's them being like we're so confident in our pick and like and we don't even need to play him. We know he's good. Like yeah, he's good, but like get this dude some fucking reps. They are Atlanta,
yeah,
man. Like I wish because I love the players on there. I wish they would stop telling us that they're dunces. Like, can they just stop that?
yeah.
They're absolute dunce caps.
Um, Interesting stuff taking place on the right hand side of the board there. Rome goes right in front. I'd be good with White or Kittle. That would kind of be like my pick here, I think.
Yeah,
Whichever you prefer.
I did a lot of Rashad White um last week. I think Kittle thought about it some more. Kittle's a smash, dude.
Okay.
Especially when I don't have Debo and I take a ton of Debo. I think Kittle is a nice hedge off of that. And I mean Kittle being the last of the elite tight ends, if you want to call him that, I think
Yeah.
that alone just makes him just like a smash. Like the play for elite tight ends is you're gonna need one for week 17. And
Yeah.
the cheapest one has like more 30-point games than most of the dudes that go ahead of him. So, and he has like the most nutted playoff schedule of all fucking time.
That's a good
Uh,
shout.
I
Yeah.
think Kittle is just like somebody that I made a mistake on not being overweight on.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to be like super overweight Debo, but then not Kittle, because the thesis was very similar, right? It was Ayuk moves and offense goes Burr with limited pass catchers. That being said, they're very different players. Yeah, yeah. I guess maybe I regret not like pushing him up a little bit more. I want to have a conversation about this area right now, Nez, with the Warren potentially not being ready for like week one. I was thinking about like, does Najee go up into this like David Montgomery tier and that sort of thing? I
He's
mean,
going to.
Gibbs might not be ready for week one as well. So should David Montgomery be going over this grouping? Should Najee be going over this grouping?
I don't know if he should be, but he is going to. I feel very confident that he's going to make his way up there. It's a tale as old as time. Underdog drafters love Najee, and now they have a reason to give him a boost. It's going to maybe take a minute, but it's definitely coming. And I depending on the build, not going to be like clamoring to get Najee. I'm going to get Najee in my Chow Chows and my Puppy threes, where the price is going to be relative or reflective of the majority of the tournament. In BBM, that new price is going to get to a point, I think, to where it's like it's not really advantageous. I'm definitely being market conscious when I'm drafting these BBMs. So players like Najee rising, like Rashee Rice is almost like a do not touch for me in BBM at this point.
Okay. Yeah, that took a left turn on me there that we went to Rashi Rice, but I get the thesis in terms of like what's moving. Najee goes right in front of us, so we don't get that decision. JMO for a little week 17 correlation. I like JSN in a vacuum over all of it.
JSN is the pick, I think, and I know you love him.
Yeah, I mean, this is shaping up like this wide receiver heavy that like we could stop at 6 or 7, and kind of do like the reverse build. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think this is a 3 quarterback team. So.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
We don't have one yet, so.
Yeah. Yeah, people in the chat hitting on Slim Najee. Slim down Najee is the narrative going around right now. Davis suggesting Kittle in 3 tight end builds. Interesting there.
The 3 tight end sets. He's talking about.
Oh, he's talking about real football
formation. I think
he's
so.
Talking about real football. We don't care about real football, dog. This is classic. This one cracked me up. That Michael Penix is 28 and had 6 years of college reps.
That's true. He's played. He's
only
football.
24, but yes.
So would you still take? Would you? I mean, I know I kind of took a left turn with the Rashee Rice thing, but I got thinking about markets and whatnot. Are you still taking Rashee Rice in BBM?
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit last week where I was like, I'm pretty comfortable taking him in the 4th and then setting up a triple stack and just taking Hollywood in the 7th and flipping the build. And it's like the exact fucking same as anyone who double stacked with Rashee Rice a month ago. So I was doing it like that. And then I was doing it with DeAndre Hopkins and just being like, oh, flip those ADPs. So like what Best Ball Viper just did here with DeAndre Hopkins and Rice, he basically flipped them. I like that. I mean, maybe Rice is a little early there. It's not a clean flip, but
that's where he's going to end up.
Yep. And
probably even higher than that.
If Rice didn't get suspended and Hollywood Brown's hurt and whatnot, I guess Samuel's off our board here. Warren, I mean, it feels fine. I kind of like Mostert.
Let's do Mostert.
Yeah, let's do Mostert. I kind of like Gretsch had a tweet about Mostert today that kind of summed up like the IQ meme of, you know, why don't we just take the dude who scored like everybody wants to take Derrick Henry in the 3rd round because he's going to score 20 touchdowns and he's 30 years old. Why don't we just take the dude who scored 20 touchdowns last year and is in maybe the best run scheme in football? So yeah, I kind of like the don't overthink it necessarily there. And they've been doing some bullish stuff in preseason there with Mostert with the ones. You know, A-Chain not mixed in as or H-N not mixed in
watching
as
too much Davis.
As we would have. Yeah, there you go.
Just refuses to call him by the name that he asked to be called by. Just hilarious. Just an all-time hilarious move. He told everybody, "My name is H-N." Well, Davis just nah.
In Davis's defense, I do it with Luis Robert too.
But at least Robert, like, he's never come out and said like, it's Luis Robert. Like yeah, Robert is sort of like the way that he says it, even though he's actually saying Roberts. But
that's true. T-Bear saying that Washington's gonna play fast. I mean, like, I'm not sure that it matters.
They're a tough one, man.
They are tough because they don't have a wide receiver 2 that you want to draft. Like I could see taking De'Ami Brown with an 18th round pick and just taking a shot and being like, whatever. Yeah, I mean, like, I think you just kind of want the naked quarterback, man.
What if Jahan Dotson was bad because Sam Howell was fucking trash?
I think it's very plausible.
I just like can't really like.
I've just all the camp stuff about him. They hate him. It's like everything that we've read over the last like 2 weeks. I don't know if any of it's true.
I haven't really seen much about them hating him. I think it's just like, yeah, it's up for grabs back there. But I mean, he was a 1st round pick, was he not? Like 1st or 2nd round pick out of Penn State for, I think it was a very early 1st.
I don't want to say, yeah, I can't remember now. He was 1st or 2nd though. He was high capital. I remember you being right on that.
He was the number 16 overall pick. I don't know, man. I think we've given up on him too fast. And I've listened to everybody because like there's not a single person that thinks he's a good pick. So I've just capitulated, but I don't know.
I don't take a ton of Dobbs. I don't take a ton of Brian Robinson.
This is Caleb Williams. I regret to inform you.
Fine.
Suck it up, John. Sorry you can't swing a baseball bat, but that's not why we're drafting him.
Yeah. He's exciting and he runs a decent amount and
dude, he has the potential to be like a top 5 quarterback in fantasy.
Given his supporting cast, yeah.
And he runs.
Yeah. I think Shane Waldron's a dunce. That's like my only
I
hung
don't.
up on that
Yeah,
offense.
there's just so much there. You can just see this dude's going to be a fantasy monster,
Yeah.
and we're worried because rookies really in the past have burnt us at quarterback, other than Stroud. Yeah, I'm making it a point to make. By the time I'm done with BBM, I would like Caleb Williams to be my highest drafted QB. But if his price gets up too high, then I'll have to just unfortunately wave that. But um,
Yeah, he was
the
falling a
ceiling.
lot early
Yeah.
in BBM too, to like those 130s, 140s, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely worth more than that.
I agree.
All right, what do we got here?
We got Purdy that stacks. These wide receivers, I'm kind of like whatever on. I'm just going to throw Purdy over there. Gus, Corum, Ford, Dowdle, Chubb.
I would shoot Corum or Purdy, I guess. Corum, Purdy, or Wicks.
I like Corum or Purdy. Do you want to do Purdy?
You pick.
I'm going to do Purdy.
Sure.
With the obviously with the Kittle stack there.
Sure.
I'm totally fine double tapping QB.
Yeah, we talked about this early in the offseason there. Like, has a rookie quarterback ever walked into a better situation? I couldn't think of one, man. I literally couldn't think of one.
I know.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just every rookie quarterback other than last year's CJ Stroud season has like underwhelmed our expectations ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ever. Yeah, like Trevor Lawrence.
Everyone, like you can go down the line like so effing far. Like Davis brought up a good one on his stream the other day that was just like points per. I can't remember what the actual stat was. It was something per drop back or whatever, and it was like just there's no good quarterback seasons. Yeah, I mean like Mahomes, but like people didn't really like think Mahomes was him when they drafted him. Yeah. Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I mean Mike Will, Keenan Allen. That was a pretty nasty team.
Austin Eckler.
Do they have Hunter Henry at that time too, or no?
It might have. Yeah, it might have been his last year with the team. Yeah, that could have been a good one too. Dion said it twice now in the chat, so I got to acknowledge it. That Palmer's this year's Nico. Book it. Good Canadian kid, Joshua Palmer. ETR
People
loves
forget
him.
Joshua Palmer is like 22.
Yeah,
he's 20.
He's young. He's the same age. Joshua Palmer is the same age as Michael Penix.
Did you say he's a good Canadian boy?
Yeah, he's a good Canadian kid.
Yeah, from Brampton.
Yep.
All right, so we definitely are going to need some more running backs on this team. We are looking at right now a 2-2-5-1. Now we can maybe shut this down to 2 QBs with Caleb Purdy, Bijan Mostert, London, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Xavier Worthy, JSN, and Kittle. I really like how this team is shaping up for us right now, John. And Mostert, I think, is sort of like obviously we want him to be healthy for week 17, but he's healthy right now. So we do have the ability to kind of take shots on guys like Corum and Benson or Charbs who maybe need like a little bit of fragility in the season to kind of give them the games that we need. So I like this start, and we can really kind of shoot the moon on our remaining running back room with this start.
Yeah, that's fair. Rank these guys on the screen for me right now. Is this how you rank it?
I mean, like my rankings have some guys omitted. I would say for us, I would probably say this, but in reality, like if I need like running back points, I would probably give Chandler a fat bump.
Interesting. Let's do Corum.
Cool. Yeah, this is a nice range for upside at running back, I think. Let's take a look at the just at the wide receivers that we're looking at here. Polk kind of fell a little bit, which is nice. He was getting a little frothy for a minute. He was like in like the 120s, and that was just absolutely no way for me. And he's still kind of a really, really tough click for me right now.
Yeah,
Like I take Mike
yeah. I
Williams over
mean,
him every day.
yeah, me too. Like I have like no Polk, and he's a good UW boy, and I liked him. But the problem is, why do I want the third, fourth, maybe fifth wide receiver on what I think is the team that's going to score the least amount of touchdowns in football this year? So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I watched Drake May on Thursday night there. I think he didn't hurt his case to become the starter. I think he played decently well. I think there was a good throw to Baker that was dropped. I don't know. I was talking about it in the Discord with people. Like, he missed a couple of the easy hitch routes. He missed kind of the little underneath dig stuff. All his accuracy concerns from college were still there. Um, he's an athlete, man. If he gets to play some YOLO ball and they let him run and they let him do that kind of like design zone run scheme that scored the touchdown in the preseason game, I mean, that could be a lot of fun. But Polk was not out there with the starters. He was rotationary slot where they have KJ Osborne and they have Demario Douglas ahead of him. Um, yeah, I'm good with Chandler here. I'm good with Chandler.
Yeah, I think I'm Chandler as well here. The only other thing I can make like I can't really make a case for anybody else other than maybe like Jalen Wright, or Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I'm good with Chandler.
Okay.
Jalen Wright gives you a little week 17, but he might come back too. He comes back sometimes.
Yep.
Give you a little week 17 with Amari Cooper there. He was held out of the preseason game because of a minor injury or whatever. But
yeah, he could very well fall.
Yeah.
And we also have I think, John, we are set up like really nicely to take Marshawn Lloyd on this team. He's going now in like the 160s when he was going at pick 140 all summer. And now, like, because he's guaranteed a slow start, as opposed to the wish casting like RB like 1B role everybody thought he was gonna have, which that was never happening, is now like much more palatable. Like Marshawn Lloyd is just a giga smash at pick 160 right now.
Yeah, you and I are on different sides of the coin on that one.
Why don't you like him right now?
Just like all the coach speak has been like they want Josh Jacobs to be a full three down guy, and the only reason they did the rotation
was I use two running backs all the time. This is me. I'm Matt LaFleur. Look at me. I use two running backs.
No,
that's what it was.
He never said that though. Like that's what people inferred by the usage of like Aaron Jones. And Hayden said something really smart on the show the other day where it's like Aaron Jones is like the reason they did that was Aaron Jones more so than like coaching philosophy.
I said that too. That's what I was telling people.
Yeah.
But Matt LaFleur was like, you got to have two guys. Like he has said that, which people just wish casted upon the rookie like they do. And that's what gave him the hype. But the fact of the matter is that at pick 160, he's certainly better than AJ Dillon. Like it's okay that AJ Dillon is there.
Yeah. I just think there's probably more fun guys to take than the guy with the hamstring injury that they could mask with a pup to start kind of thing.
At pick 160?
I don't know. We'll get there. We'll see there. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, you're right. He should fall.
Yeah, let him fall further.
You're right. Okay, here. Let's pull up the old rankings. This is where my rankings I think really come into play because like I don't give a fuck about Ricky Pearsall. Who are you gonna say?
Well, I can you just hit the running backs tab for 1 second?
Jesus Christ.
I take Jaleel. I take Ray Davis. I'll take Braylon Allen. Yeah, I mean, like I take all of them over Marshawn Lloyd.
I do like Ray.
Yeah. Ray looked nice in the preseason game too.
That was good to see. I mean, he looked like that in college too, but like it's college, so I'm like, I don't want to get too excited about college tape.
Right.
We do have a Kurt stack here, but we did spend pretty decent capital on Caleb and Purdy that I don't think we need it.
Yeah, I'm done at quarterback in my mind on this roster.
I don't fuck with Ricky Pearsall, but like
I don't want it. I'd rather have Musgrave and just shut it down at tight end. Or
Okay.
Jaleel, you pick.
I'd almost rather do Ray Davis.
Sure. Either or. I mean, like, I'm kind of in on Jaleel. Like, they kept him in for like some goal line stuff. They kept him in on that 3rd and 9. That offense looked competent last night. Some smarter people than me, like JJ and stuff, are really in on him as like a must draft guy. I was taking a shit ton of them early in draft season and then kind of like faltered a little bit when all that Estime steam was there. And I just kind of was drafting no one from that backfield. And now I'm kind of like back in. I mean, like Sean Payton can't go to the podium without talking about Jaleel McLaughlin. Like he talks about him every single day. And he talks about him being there at 5 a.m. and him being like, it's crazy how much he loves the dude. And like Sean Payton's just one of those guys where like when he tells you he loves someone, you just trust it because all the stupid shit he's done in the past with like Lil Jordan Humphreys and Adam Troutman and all these guys, like he just plays his dudes. And I think he loves Jaleel. So I'm not scared at the fact that he's 5'9", 180 soaking wet.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. Like he is a good pick. Like I definitely the not picking him there was not necessarily like anti Jaleel. I was anti Jaleel to start. Like that's anybody that watches us knows that. I was, very down on his size and whatnot, but I think he's very clear. Like, I mean, yeah, objectively the RB2, there's no doubting that. And Sean Payton's offenses have always featured a heavy pass catching back. That could be a Kamara stat, but they always have featured a heavy pass catching running back. And Bo Nix kind of profiles as a check down artist. So running back wise, we still have Jaleel here. I'm just going to throw him in the queue, and I think we should look at tight ends and
I don't think
wide
we need
receivers.
a 6th running back. Maybe on this team.
Kind of do, but it's just a matter of if it's Jaleel or not. Or do you want to do McMillan?
I'm good with Jaleel then.
Okay.
McMillan, man, I don't know what we can do anymore, man. The clip was made. It's been written in fucking stone, dude. The ship chasing clip was made. I can't click Jaleel I can't click McMillan anymore. I've been watching it all weekend. I've been staring at it. I'm like, I just can't click this guy anymore.
I know, dude. It's a shame. It's an absolute shame. I wish it couldn't happen to a better guy. But at this point, we simply have to send him down further. I think is all we have to do.
Oh,
it's a bummer.
True. It is.
But I definitely I have him ranked. He's my highest ranked wide receiver in that range.
Oh, Nix. Oh, let's go. People buying into what they saw last night.
Holy shit. I'm just like, it is so hard to see. I'm obviously willing to be wrong on every NFL offense. Mm-hmm. Man, does it just like super hard to see a good Broncos offense.
I will take the Broncos over the Patriots any day of the week. Like I'll just take that offense straight up 1v1.
I think that's a good take.
And I could see people making the case for doing it with like backdoor Giants stacks. If you don't have neighbors, I could see it doing Broncos over that. Because like Bo Nix just has that like weird ass 1 on the ground, 2 through the air. He scores you 24 points that matters on your team. I mean, Drake May has that as well. I just believe it a little bit more from Bo Nix for whatever reason.
Yeah, Bo Nix, I think, has somewhat better pass catching. I mean, if Tim Patrick is going to play and actually, see the field, probably like better than every wide receiver on the Patriots other than Polk, maybe Baker. But we haven't seen Baker play, and we haven't even seen Polk play. But I think Sutton definitely is like underrated, no doubt. And like that alone, just having Sutton there alone makes him dangerous. They've got similar running back situation to New England, 2 competent running backs back there. Bo Nix definitely just seems like a guy that gets, the train at its spot on time, the train at the station on time, where he just like keeps things rolling, gets first downs. We'll see, obviously, how things go there. But I think what's tough is like Bo Nix really has like one safe stack partner right now, unless you're stacking him with his running backs. Like
Yeah,
it's tough
depending who you listen to, right? Like, I
because
mean, like,
they
a
don't
lot
even
of
know
people have
Troy
just
Franklin is on the team.
right, yeah.
Same
I
with
mean,
Marvin Mims.
yeah, it feels like they're trending toward that, like, Troy Franklin, like, redshirt year. I put it in the Discord yesterday, and I found it hilarious that, people forget Marvin Mims was a Pro Bowler last year because of his special teams.
Is that true?
Marvin Mims was a Pro Bowler last year. Like, I put it in the ship chasing channel, I think, that
I thought that was a Denzel Mims
Marvin
post.
Mims has more Marvin Mims has more Pro Bowls than Marquise Colston ever did.
Wow.
Like,
Our beloved Marquise Colston.
that's crazy. I mean, he had some good years.
He did. There goes McMillions. Okay.
Almost made it back.
Do you want to do your likely play?
Yeah, I'm good with it. Yeah,
I think
likely is
I think it's
amongst my highest owned tight ends. Um, yeah, you could do Sinnott as the run back too, and just be like, hey, they hate their wide receiver too.
yeah, we're gonna have a patchwork at the wide receiver 6 and 7 on this team, but we spent some good capital 1 through 5 that I personally don't get scared of that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I like it.
We should.
Who
I'm
was
gonna go ahead.
I was just seeing if Yoshavas had gone yet because that him and Burton have kind of like seemingly flipped ADPs right now. And I
He
mean, I
has
think
not gone yet.
I think he's a safer bet to be on the field more, but I'm not sure the ceiling is the same. So depending on what your like roster's looking
Yeah.
like, I
So
was looking
I
for.
think. Don't you think that we need like ceiling? Like if anybody's hitting our lineup, that matters
Mhm.
at this range. I mean, it's hard to find ceiling at this range for a wide receiver, obviously, but
Right.
I definitely think that is the objective here for us.
I think Burton represents it. I
I think
think
so too.
I think like the preseason stuff hasn't been like overtly bullish because it does seem like he's going to rotate, but I'm kind of the mindset that like he can play anywhere on the outside and like he might just be running like X win sprints, which is like really unfortunate. And that would just be like purely like 30% rotational. But if for whatever reason they want to move Chase into the slot a little bit more, I think he stays on the field more. So I think there's like positive correlation in the ceilings. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm also like just not sold on like Yoshi Voss's talent. Meanwhile, we have a guy that's bounced around like the best SEC schools in the country, getting drafted, playing with Joe Burrow, as opposed, well, so is Yoshi Voss, obviously. But yeah, no, if Nick doesn't just snipe us because it's what he wants to do, I think
needs
Burton's our pick here.
he needs Juwan Johnson on his team right now.
Well, he's
Um,
pissed because usually Johnny Smith is here and he takes Johnny on every team.
Oh. Can you click just wide receiver for a second and give it some scrolls here? I'm just curious who you got.
I like the
And
Giants.
Luke McCaffrey's free too now.
I just got him in the 18th in a chat
Yeah,
channel.
that's what I mean. Yeah, he's going in the 18th. He goes undrafted sometimes. This whole area is super fluid. I'm good with Burton. It feels like a good ceiling shot.
Yeah.
McCaffrey gives you the run back, but nah. Well, let's do something else. Have a little fun.
Mm-hmm. I'll just throw these guys in there for us so everyone knows who we want so they can just snipe them. Here's your cue. People watching along at home. This is who you should be taking.
Are you
Um,
comfortable buying the dip on Marvin Mims in the last round?
no, not
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's bad, and maybe that's wrong that I'm not open minded to Mims, but like I don't like Mims, and Pete kind of made a decent point to me that on off and on the clock 2 weeks ago that I was like, I had a hard fade on Kendre Miller. Now he's in the 18th. He's like, you should be gobbling up Kendre Miller. And even now, I'm just like, no, I don't think I will.
Yeah.
I still don't think I will.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm trying to think some other guys in the scroll vicinity here, like, Josh Reynolds, Ray McLeod, Jalen Naylor, Trey Tucker, Tim
Yeah, Tucker
Patrick. Are
made
any of
his
those?
kind of put himself on the map.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think through like names that, yes or no. if you're
I've taken Naylor. I took Naylor in a BBM.
yeah.
But like it feels bad because this dude has 19 targets in the last 2 years. But I did it. I mean, they're talking him up in camp, and he's clearly the wide receiver 3. I think my favorite right now is Malik Washington. Going back to that,
Interesting.
small guy but super speedy, playing with Mike McDaniels, and I don't think OBJ has practiced yet. Like,
He hasn't. No.
yeah, like such a joke
Yeah.
that signing. He's not seen the field. So Malik Washington, I don't know, man. I think you could do worse than a ceiling shot on Malik Washington.
Yeah. Okay.
Not saying that we got to take him here, but
No. Yeah. We're just talking macro and in general. Absolutely.
yeah,
I could see that.
Bigsby
Yeah,
I think is now living in the 16th round. By the way,
yeah. We kind of got some confirmation over the weekend. He's played well. He's looked nice. They kind of just people are viewing him as RB2 there. Easy likes him and said he was the smash in the 18th. So
Sherman likes him too. Everybody likes him.
yeah,
Sherman doesn't like anybody. I think too. I made a tweet, just a little silly meme, that CEH I think is like a great pick in the puppy 3.
Okay.
Very much stand by that. And if you have any remaining slow puppies as well, I think CEH is a really strong pick.
Yeah, I can get on board.
Really
with that
strong
one.
is definitely like, that's bullish. But
do you want to take another wide receiver here, or do you want to take a third tight end? Do you want a third tight end on
I think
this
a third
team?
tight end would be fine.
Can we bring up some picks here just to see where we're at?
Yeah.
Out on Chig. Gesicki only as a stack. How about Tucker Kraft?
Yeah, I do Tucker Kraft a good bit.
Or you could do the low owned Gerald Everett play.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I just like I'm so anchored to thinking Cole Kmet is actually good at football that I don't want to do Gerald Everett. That's probably bad.
Come to the dark side, bro. Come to the dark side.
What do you want to do?
I'm good with Tucker Kraft. I think he's got a higher ceiling. I don't think Gerald Everett is necessarily draftable, but I was the guy shouting from the rafters from day one that I thought he was going to be a factor and be the reason why the playing time wasn't as clean. Man, fucking Shane Waldron's is so predictable. Like, just moving Everett with him everywhere he goes. Like, those two are locked at the hip, man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what actually like takes place in season, because the second game, I'm pretty sure the usage like was a little bit more bullish for Kmet.
Yep.
I'm just gonna. It's tough, man, because I was really into Kmet, but I'm enjoying the dip. I will say that. I haven't really stopped. I'm anchored to it, but it is a discount. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not like I'm
you like
taking
that
it
offense in general. Like, you're pushing up DJ Moore, you're pushing up the Caleb one, so you're just like in on it as a whole. So it makes sense. I got a pick for us.
Oh boy.
No, it's not that crazy.
I'm scared regardless.
No, it's a smart one.
John, can you forgive me for not trusting you when you say that? I'll hear you out, but your track record.
No, this one you'll like. This one you'll like. This one.
Okay, what do you think?
Khalif Raymond as like the contingent handcuff off Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a run back off of the Purdy and Kittle.
I'd rather do like QJ 30 picks past ADP.
Oh, well. You could do whatever you want. Either take QJ or take Luke McCaffrey for the run back.
I'm doing QJ.
All right.
They said that he's catching the ball. Did you know that it's important for a wide receiver to catch the ball? They said that his hands are good. They work. He can touch his thumb with all of his fingers, John. This dude's back.
Yeah, I've let QJ go undrafted a handful of times so far.
Really?
But
I'd never see him go this late.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean,
it's a ceiling shot. You know what I mean? Like, I think we can. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's not. It's not like he's Pop Douglas, right? Like.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it is a ceiling shot. There's no reason to think he can't do what Mike Williams was capable of doing. Like, He just might be
especially if he
awful.
goes
You know
back
what
in
I
the
mean?
slot.
Just
No, for sure. He definitely might be awful, but I think a lot of these guys in the
yeah.
18th might be awful. And I just don't see him there.
Yeah, and
Um,
rotational slot snaps will be available with no Keenan, right? And then there's a big misconception. There's a big misconception that Ladd is like a slot guy. Like Ladd is not necessarily a slot guy. Like he's just a good receiver. Like just because he's white and shifty doesn't mean he's a slot guy. Like he played the perimeter the majority of his college career, right? So there
didn't
is
most of his production come
opportunity.
from the slot? And that was like the big thing was like
Lads did most of it.
QJ?
Oh, you're talking about QJ. Most
I'm
of
sorry.
QJ's
I was
production came from the slot.
yeah, that's
Oh
and they
yeah,
made
yeah.
him play outside. And
Mm,
then it like didn't really work out.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we talk about Pop. Or no.
No, I was talking about Ladd in relation to
Gotcha.
Keenan Allen vacating slot
Gotcha.
snaps.
Sorry,
So
I was
that's
like
why QJ would be like available. I didn't,
sorry, I was
yeah,
seeing a lot of stuff on my screen and losing my train of thought there. No, you're right. You're right.
Mr.
Good
Good
boy.
Boy is in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna recap this team, John.
Yeah,
A
let's hear it.
2-6-7-3 popular build for me, with Caleb Williams and Brock Purdy at QB. Running back room is Bijan Robinson, Raheem Mostert, Blake Corum, Ty Chandler, Ray Davis, and Jaleel McLaughlin. Feeling very strong about that. Wide receiver room features Drake London, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Xavier Worthy, JSN, Jermaine Burton, and Quentin Johnston. At tight end, we've got George Kittle, Isaiah Likely, Tucker Kraft. Did we do okay?
Yeah, I think we did okay. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm glad we didn't tack on a third quarterback to this build.
Me too.
It just feels good. Maybe could have done with like one more running back like slightly earlier so that it was only a 5 build. Like, someone a little more comfortable than Ray Davis as a click, you know what I mean? And then shut it down at 5 and it might feel a little better to do like a 2-5-8-3. But that being said, we spent like 3 of our first 4 picks at wide receiver, but something about Drake London, DJ Moore, and like Amari Cooper doesn't feel like names like that. You know what I mean? Like it feels like you're lacking that little bit of punch, but I don't know. I like this team in general, man. I think the George Kittle discount feels intelligent. I think the Raheem Mostert feels intelligent. I think Xavier Worthy is going to keep climbing over this kind of like next grouping, and he's going to fight like his way up to like fringe 4th round consideration. So getting him at ADP is like a sight for sore eyes. But yeah, all in all, 7.83.
Tough crowd, but I'll take it. That's fair. That's very fair. I mean, 5 wide receivers in the first 7 rounds, I think, always feels good, and just tacking on an elite running back and elite tight end with that feels good as well. I'm a big fan of this team. Made some picks that I don't normally make in my BBM drafts, so I am I'm happy with it, man. I think you did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, can you scroll down to the tight end again for 1 second?
Yeah, let me throw our overlay back up there. Apologies.
We're good.
You want to look at what?
The tight end at the very end. I forgot who we took with our third tight end.
Tucker Kraft.
Oh, Tucker Kraft. Yeah. I'm fine with it. Yeah. And the QJ selection's all right at a discount. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow let's talk through. Hayden and I did a rapid fire at the end of the last show of like some new scroll the F downs or some guys. I'm seeing some names in the chat here, like Tim Patrick's getting some love here. T-Bear saying Michael Mayer and stuff. Let's maybe do a little scroll the F down when we do end of our draft tomorrow and just talk about some of those like extreme ones.
Yeah, there's some new names. There's some new names that we got to cover.
Yeah, the pendulum's swinging back so that people are catching up to some of the old guys. So now we gotta start hitting some new ones. I've been doing a couple cheeky Miles Sanders ones. It's disgusting.
Same.
But
Same,
okay.
Man.
All right, I'm not totally alone.
No, man. People are writing him off, and yeah, Chuba Hubbard, took the job over him, but I think they needed to see what they had in Chuba, and some teams might be calling for Miles Sanders, man.
Yep. Last question to end the show. Tie a bow on it all. Going back to the baseball, Noah's asking you, specifically you, if you had one bullet for the Monday night Moonshot, which teams you stacking, which guys you absolutely got to get.
I'm doing the Mariners. If I got one team,
Oh,
they're gonna be super low owned, and if you just see this Mariners team, they got some new fight in them with Robles and a Rosarina in the lineup, so they're gonna be super low owned. I don't fear Gavin Stone. A little bit of a park upgrade. Go
out,
Ems.
outfield's thin, and you get 3 in their first 4 hitters.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. 1 through 5, or are we doing it 4? I think you got to do it as a 4 man.
Yeah. I think 4. Get a cheeky one off. That's on you, Noah. I can't build the whole lineup for you.
Yeah, you got to build your own one off.
Come on, you got it.
Yeah. All right. Best of luck to everybody in the MLB streets tonight. Continue drafting this hot best ball summer. We'll be back every day this week. Tomorrow's going to be behind the paywall. We're going to do a full show. We have pushed the hashtag list to August 27th, so that will be Tuesday of next week. And then we got Off and On the Clock with Pete Overzed on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we got the Badge Bros Brawl coming your way. So maybe a special guest for that one, and definitely a very special contest that's going to be up on the platform in our honor. And it's going to be very on brand. Still taking suggestions for the list and for the contest. If you guys have any ideas, hit us up in the Discord there. Any parting words, Nez?
I will see you in the Monday Moonshot lobbies. Best of luck.
Best of luck in there. Me too. Get my 25 in there. Go Ems. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.